Okay, today I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit about how I gather snow. As I'm sure you know, this is a snow gathering machine. It's fairly simple. It supports the little snow golem into this wall so that he's technically standing on this square so that when you harvest the snow, it instantly reappears. So what I did was I wrote a AutoHotkey script. An AutoHotkey is a program that will allow you to write keyboard macros and be able to run them from basically anywhere on the computer. So what I did was I wrote a macro that would essentially just spam the click button a bunch, and I'll go ahead and show it to you. Here we go. F12 starts it, and it just goes. I'm not clicking or anything, and you might be able to hear the sound, and you just have to mouse wheel through your shovels, and yeah, you get a lot of snow. So a couple of the main reasons I did this was I was building a Enderman trap out that way. You can kind of see it in the silhouette there, and I needed a lot of snow because I was building it out of snow. So, and I was tired of clicking because I was, strenuous on your poor little fingers, and it's not exactly nice to your mouse to just spam click like that. Yes, mice are pretty good with that, but eventually you can only click it so many times. So that's probably the main reason why I did this, is to save my mouse. And yeah, as you can see, you get quite a lot of snow. We'll pull up the NT count here in a second. Let's just finish up here. And okay, 618 or so entities and a full inventory of snowballs. And this ends up making like 4 stacks and change. I won't go bother with making the snacks for you or stacks for you on camera, but yeah, just yeah, there you go. So yeah. I'll go ahead and show you, how to install AutoHotkey and, my script and a little bit about how it works. So now it's time to get this installed. So this is the AutoHotkey install file. You can get this from their website. It's free, yada yada. It's also linked in the description if you need it, but you can just Google AutoHotkey. It's not hard to find. So we'll go ahead and run this. Run. There's nothing in here that's really overly complicated or needs any sort of other settings. So we'll just go ahead and run it. And the README is actually a really good resource if you want to write your own scripts. But for now, we won't bother with it. So we'll just click Finish, and AutoHotkey is now installed. So it's over here in your programs over here. One thing to mention is that anytime you restart your computer, you're going to need to run the AutoHotkey file again. Or not the install, but this file. When the first time you run it, it's going to ask you if you want to create a sample script. You're going to want to go ahead and say yes, and it creates that in My Documents if you ever want to go find it or change it. So now you're going to want to open up My Script, and you're just going to want to copy and paste and hit save. Couple things worth noting here. I have it. This number right here is how many times it'll click, and 1,000 is what I usually have it set to. I had it set to 50 for some other testing things, but yeah, 1,000, and if you want to change these hotkeys here, that's where you change them. So right now, F12 will begin the macro, and the end key on your keyboard will stop. It'll stop clicking. And if you want to have it click 1,000 or 2,000 times, then you just change that number there. So we go ahead and click save again, and then we'll go and run AutoHotkey once more. So the way that works is AutoHotkey will look for this file in My Documents, autohotkey.ahk, and it will run it if you don't tell it to run anything else. Usually I just use the default generated one and then modify it however I need. So now we'll just load up Minecraft, and we'll just make sure it's still working here. Also, one thing I also use this for is in my mob trap. It brings things down to 1 health, and then I use the macro here once it brings them all down. Let's see. Just kills them all real quick. So I'm not clicking or anything. Yeah, and this one's pretty old. I haven't used it in a while. Actually, it doesn't have a stop gate up there, but you know, that's just sort of that. Anyways, I hope you liked the video, and I hope it helps you out a lot. Let me know in the comments or send me a message if you need help with anything. And I think that'll just about do it. Thanks.